what is currently going on in the ADC, the talk is if the ADC does not zone to the south, a couple of supporters will no longer support that party. There's some people that see that party existing as a one-term party. That is, after the 2027 elections, the party may not continue, because if they don't win, then they're all there for an interest of unseating Tinubu. So the thing now is, he made a statement and said, unless Atiku decides to be like, after all, he has campaigned over and over and over, step down, galvanize, see how you can pick one of the southeastern aspirants and support them, advertise them to the north, because you know how the north sees things. Okay, but he's saying that that's the only way it can happen. He's advising Atiku to step down if the ADC wants to be strategic. But there is a situation about Peter Obi being presented as an Igbo president. The Nigerian government, I don't know what, I'm not using Nigerian government. Nigeria, I don't know their issue with the southeast when it comes to politics. There's always this idea that if somebody from the southeast emerges, they would want to break away, or that they are dominating or whatever. So I don't know what someone from the southeast needs to do to be accepted by those from the north and those from the southwest. Some from the southwest say at some point in time an Igbo president will come, but it must never be Peter Obi. To them, it must never be him. It has to be someone else. Maybe someone that is in the APC. They are flouting, what's his name? Dave Umahi, Chukuma Soludo of Anambra State. They say those ones know how to play the politics because they're in good terms with the president and all of that. So, can you help, dissect the scenario, the supporters of these principles in the political party, the reaction afterwards, and what is the strategic? I need you to be strategic. What's a strategic way to handle the situation of the APC members and their supporters?
Esther, I thank you for coming to me through this way, because you too yourself, you have strategically asked me this question. But I will say that God knows I have done my duty to my people. Seriously, I have done my duty to the best of my knowledge. It's just that, like they say, my people perish for lack of knowledge. These things have dealt with us on several occasions because of this type of behavior, thinking that you know, it must be this way. Esther, I use other people to give example. Look at the strategic role Tinubu played to bring Buhari into a government. In fact, Tinubu bankrolled, Tinubu supported, Tinubu played every role you can think. It was his private jet that Buhari used to campaign. True or false?
True.
He did all these things. His people did not tell him, why must you support Malam? Why did you support he was doing his things. Meanwhile, he knows that after Buhari, it will come over here. And nobody is going to drag it with him. Because by that time, he will have used all this support to garner some wealth, some support from the north. Is that not true?
True.
Esther, is that not true?
True.
Good. Now listen. I want to start from the beginning, because it is always good to say this thing because of tomorrow. Esther, let us start from what happened recently. You remember when some people woke up and said they are going to protest for Nnamdi Kanu release? I said, please don't stop what I know that is going on behind closed doors. Don't do it. Esther, I said it on this platform. You saw what I received. I said this protest will not yield anything, especially with the man that is trying to do it. After all, this man does not have any good record with the federal government. So why do you think the federal government will listen to him? Esther, is that not what I said here? Yet they went ahead. At the end of the day, what happened? Do you know that if Nnamdi Kanu had been in detention, or this matter had been going to court, this matter had been treated the way it should be treated.
He's still in DSS.
Hold on. Is that not? I'm coming. Is it not when this so-called protest, the idea was mooted that the federal government started immediately to stampede Nnamdi Kanu to go to court for trial? Is that not what happened? They stampeded him, give him 6 days to start, Meanwhile, it shouldn't have been so. If Nnamdi Kanu had been in detention with DSS, and this thing happened with Donald Trump and all that, Esther, do you know we have been talking about releasing Nnamdi Kanu by now? We should have been talking. In fact, the federal government wouldn't have started the trial of Nnamdi Kanu.
Are you sure?
With this thing that's going on, they can't try it. They can't try it. Nnamdi Kanu would rather they'll be talking of releasing him. Esther, I beat my chest here. What I told my people, they refused to listen. Why do you think they started that trial immediately? Why do you think they were in a hurry to dispense with it before Donald Trump will come? Because they know that this man has a linkage with Donald Trump. And if this matter get to him and say he has been in detention for 10 years, Donald Trump will say, no, release him first, or else I'll bomb all of you. This was the strategy. Nobody listened to me. They were listening to somebody who is even going on trial now. Esther. With all those shenanigans, what came out of it? Immediately, they harassed Nnamdi Kanu into jail now. He's now serving jail sentence. And you can see now, because it would have been easier to release Nnamdi Kanu in detention than now that he has been imprisoned. It will not take a longer period. You can imagine. These are the things I told my people. They refuse to listen. Because to somebody, you didn't ask yourself, why is this man championing this thing now? What was the hurry? You never knew that all these things had been done, discussed behind closed doors. And they use you. They use you to do what they did. And now Nnamdi Kanu has been jailed. And this is what happens when you are not strategically thinking. The same thing I'm talking about now, Esther. Because you asked me a question here. Esther, there are questions I've asked here. Nobody has answered me. If you say Obi should run alone, on what ground? We don't have an independent candidate in our constitution now. So why are you saying he should run alone? Is it possible? Okay, even if you say like he should go, he must run with a northerner. And I ask you one question here. Who is that northerner that will give Obi the leverage he needed in the north? Like Baba Ahmed is saying now that it is an article that will now sell Obi to them. Is that not true? Oh, you can see. The same thing I've been saying here.
He wants to act as a statesman.
It's the one.
There's really no need for him to run.
Exactly.
But then again, there's a perception about.
There must be discussion to that effect. Not you, not these people who are trying to put you into trouble. If you don't give Obi a ticket, all of us will leave. If you don't give him ticket, why are you forcing people? Look, these are things you need to discuss strategically. Convince him. Not this thing that they are doing, forcing Obi. Esther, with the way things are now, if Obi does not align with the North, can they allow him to walk? Esther, with this thing that is going on now, can they even allow him to walk? If Obi should get into that office now without an agreement with the North, can he fight this thing that's going on in the North now, Esther? Can he fight it? No, be sincere to yourself. Can he fight it? These are the strategy I was talking about. They don't believe that because he ran Anambra, therefore he can run Nigeria. With the way things are, was Anambra like this when Obi was running it?
You know,
you can see the difference, Esther. Yet my people don't want to listen. Let us think strategically here. They said no.
Because Baba was saying that in a democratic setting, everybody in that party is interested in that ticket. So if you want to prove your worth, if you say you're popular, fine, prove your worth, and then start negotiating internally with those you need to negotiate with. We saw videos of Amici. He's already going to meet a couple of people. Very silent. And again, that's another option everyone is thinking cannot come up. I mean, the last primaries in 2019 thereabout, Amici came second, which actually surprised everybody in the internal primary that they had in the APC. So they're saying Peter Obi should, soil his boot. He's well traveled, agreed. But then you would understand where the supporters are coming from. They feel like the Igbos have always been the one to stay at the back end. Okay, support this person, don't worry, your time will come. It's like you're dangling the carrot in their face. Don't worry, do this for us, our time will come. And it has never happened. Now that there was someone that supposedly has prospect, I mean, for an Igbo person, you have to work extra hard. You have to be different than the others, because there's something about being from that region. You have to break all the barnacles, right? So they're saying, whether you guys like it or not, we're part of this country. We will not say we need to diplomatically try to reason with you guys like we're begging you to be recognized. No, we're part of this country. We have a right just like you. I don't need to come pet your back or whatever. If you guys have done your time, it's the time of the South, and so we're demanding because we're Nigerians. We don't need to clobber, we don't need to grovel to beg you. For what? That's basically where they're coming from.
It is not begging. This is exactly why Awolowo never ruled Nigeria. He was so rigid. Awolowo was so rigid. That was why the North insisted that they would not give it to him. I'm not joking. Awolowo was also saying that North is nothing. They did not even allow him to campaign. Esther, understand your environment. You stoop to conquer. Seriously. People should understand things the way it is. Be strategic. Even God Almighty, Esther.
But Barrister,
hold on.
In the midst of all this, it's not just the Igbos that are supporting Peter Obi, you know that.
No, Esther, please leave this in.
No, but Barrister,
I am coming. Hold on, please. Hold on. What are you telling me? Who said it's only the Igbos? Okay, the people that are supporting, what did they bring to the table? I am telling you now that things have changed. If the election of 2023 cost 3 million naira, 3 trillion naira, this election, the way I'm looking at it, if some people spend the 10 trillion naira, it's a peanut. From the way it is now, they have bought virtually everything and everybody. I gave you examples here. It's not about talking. The other day, they put up a form on the internet. Say all the obedient to register your name, Esther. Please, how many people registered? What are the numbers? Esther, what are the numbers? Because we have to be blunt here. What are the numbers? It's not enough to be talking and shouting from abroad or from everywhere. Will you come and vote? That is the issue here. Work surreptitiously, work clandestinely. Be strategic in your planning, because this thing will eventually come to you, whether they agree or not. I have said it here.
Even if people come out to vote, you heard about the rigging. I think already raised an alarm that the Electoral Act, nothing is, they're not signing it. Okay. All the corrections that have been made, the National Assembly is stalling because they plan to rig it, and there's going to be a repetition of what happened in 2023, in 2027. So again, even if people come out to vote, sometimes they handle the voting of people at the collation center.
Not only that, the people that want to rig, they know that you don't even have the power to challenge them. That is just the simple truth. If the obedient are as aggressive as I think, if they can match APC, violence for violence, I will say okay, there is no cause for alarm. Abi? But from all indications, like I challenged them here during the local government election in Lagos State, Esther, did anybody raise a finger and say, oh no, this thing is not good?
No, but Barrister, during the local government elections,
you can see now.
The Labour Party was already polarized.
Really?
Peter Obi was literally not even in the Labour Party as an active candidate.
At that time, he said his leg is in the Labour Party and the ADC. So why didn't the followers choose where
Barrister,
to
you do know very well that him being the Labour Party was just on paper, not in reality.
Okay, is that
I'm just saying you can't count the local government elections as something.
Is that a complimentary action to take for somebody who wants to contest presidential election? Is that a complimentary action? Tell me. Talk now. We are saying something here. Nobody wants to understand us. I have said this in severally. Yet nobody has given me a very good answer. The only thing is they are telling that Obi must contest, Obi must do this, Obi must do that. Where are the strategy to achieve result? It's like somebody going for WAEC exam and you are not reading, you are not burning the midnight candle. How will you pass the exam, Esther? Tell me. It's not enough to travel the whole world. The Nigerian politics is Nigerian politics the way it is. How do you achieve result? How do you get it? Who are those people that will fight for you? So when you neglect all this thing, please, Esther, how will you achieve result? Right now as I talk to you now, the judiciary is over, the police is over, the army is over, the National Assembly is over, Esther, INEC is over. So who do you have behind you? Esther, who do you have behind you? The so-called people now, when they shoot one gun like this, everybody will take off to their homes. Nobody will start to challenge it. Esther, nobody will stand to fight it and say no, this must not happen. And so what are you holding on to now? What are you holding on to? Those who are just speaking grammar on air. Is that not the only thing? Esther, is that not the only thing? Is that not the only thing? Tell me. Who will leave his shop in Alaba or Aladipo supermarket, close his shop to go and do protest? Who? Has it ever happened before? It's not our character now. It's not our character. So you must act within your character. It's not about talking. This man now who is in office, he said he planned it for 30 years. 30 good years, he planned it. And eventually it worked. Is that not strategy, Esther?
True.
Is that not strategy? When I'm talking here, people will be talking and talking. Why not groom a party? Make that party your own. That is, from start to finish, you must be the arrowhead. Anybody that comes here must pass through you. Not the party that other people own. When you go there, they'll be tossing you up and down. Mm-hmm. This one will be talking, this one will be talking. Esther, is that proper? No. Is that proper? No. Oh, for somebody. I'm talking of strategy here. I'm talking of strategy. Because after now, they will start insulting themselves.
Barrister, the insult is typical.
It doesn't matter. But God knows that I'm telling them the truth. What are you telling me? Why not group? I wonder what did his own with Action Group. Tinubu did it to AC. Is that not true? Is that not true? Where they were the king there. They are the one, they own the party. They decide what happens there. Group a party that will project you and your obedience. So that yes, nobody will come there to toss you around. Nobody will come there and tell you stories. You will not be debating whether you will contest or not. No, you are the owner. You decide what happened in that party. Groom it. Not to go into a party that others have made up and they'll be tossing you up and down. People will be divided if you don't do this, as if you're a baby. Can they decide for you?
Well,
who are the
I think all of those T's and I's have been crossed and dotted.
They have not. If they have,
I mean for him before he joined the ADC.
Oh God, I don't think so.
Why? He took a long time, and all of these negotiations were done. Conversations were hard.
If not, Baba Ahmed will not be talking the way he's talking.
Well,
if they have done it, Atiku will not be saying he will not stop that.
Don't you think he had decided that I'm not desperate to be president? If a primary is conducted, I don't win, fine, I show support for whoever. What if that is the mindset here?
The obedient people that Tanko Yunusa have said that they are not leaving ADC.
Exactly.
But Esther, look at what the other people are saying. That if they give Obi ticket or not, they are staying in ADC. Is that not what that man said? But the other people in the same obedient, they are telling Obi, if they don't give you ticket, we are leaving you. You must leave that place. Is that not what you are hearing?
What if it's the opposition that is sounding like that?
I don't know them, but they claim to be obedient. Is that not what I've been saying? That more people that are deceiving Obi, they are not even obedient because they are not giving me strategic thinking. They have not made any suggestion that I will say, yes, somebody is talking. This is an intelligent suggestion. They have not true. You only tell Obi, if they don't give you to leave. Don't stay there.
You know he can't leave at this point.
No, they are telling you to leave now.
That would be political suicide.
They are telling you to leave. That now that they opened the door for Labour Party.
Well, no.
Even though
Aburo is appealing it. It's going to reach the Supreme Court.
So it's a minefield they left for Obi so that you go undecided. Esther, he's undecided.
Barrister, he's not a child. When you say undecided,
they have told us this several times. And I asked them, those people, all the time that were wasted, what is the benefit now? Because no agreement was reached that Obi will be the flag bearer.
No.
They have not.
He's running. It's an open ticket. Do your thing and grab it. See how you can speak, consolidate your power persuasion.
What was that agreement that made you to waste all this time? Esther, tell me. Is that not what I said that they wanted to crucify me? Please tell me.